Listen, there's so much to say, so much to do. I want to start off kind of light. I don't want to go too much in right now because there was a lot happening this season, and this was the first season. Way to intro. Look, way to intro it. Okay. How are you today? How do you feel? We just saw part 2 of the reunion. How are you feeling? Do you watch it live?
Yeah, so this part 2 I did watch live.
Okay.
I purposely, so they do send us the episodes before so we can see it. I purposely, you know what? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch this episode with y'all live. I want to see it unfold as it's unfolding to the world. And it was very invigorating doing it that way.
Really? Okay. Now, were you live tweeting too?
A little bit. You know, my Twitter senior sometimes. You know, sometimes I want to say things, but I'm like, you know what? Okay, let me go ahead and scale back. I don't want to be the Twitter disaster, okay?
Yeah, because I was going to say, well, what weren't you saying when you actually was on? Because I know this was your first season, so I'm sure you went into it. And I do want to I know you watched before. You have said that. And what were you expecting coming in? Did you have a strategy coming in?
So, no, actually, maybe I should have. I decided, you know what, we're just going to do it. And we're going to just, let people in our lives. We have no secrets, y'all, none. And there's so much more. And I'm surprised that you guys didn't get to the nitty gritty.
Very interesting, because you're saying that you actually did divulge more about yourself. However, they chose not to show it. They filmed it, but they chose not to show it.
Well, there's a lot of us, right? We have a whole cast ensemble. And so they can't show everything.
Okay.
And, our producers are phenomenal producers. They know exactly what they're doing, and they know exactly how to make a good show. And so I'm like, okay, well, full reign. I think a lot of times women who come into this platform, they're so scared about what the world's going to think that they don't show themselves. And luckily, I've seen this. I've been behind the scenes of productions before, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that person that I know that y'all see, I know a different version. So I purposely decided to just be Mia, because that's what I want more of from reality television. So I was like, y'all just gonna get Mia, love her or hate her. At least at the end of the day, I was me.
Listen, and that's the thing. And that's what I was going to ask you. Did you do a lot of that work on yourself and just internally, and becoming one with who you are and really accepting all that is Mia before you even step foot on this platform?
Oh yeah, I've been receiving. Are you talking about like plastic surgery?
No. I'm just talking about the inner work to really kind of just accept who you are. Oh, it's okay. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm talking about the inner work to really just accept who you are. Or did you always move like this in your full truth?
No, I have not always been this confident in myself. I will tell you, like, this has been probably almost a decade of self-care, self-worth, self-help. I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I've been through a lot. So, and I'm okay sharing that. And, it's not just me. I know I have not always been this way. Haven't.
Interesting, because I did hear you say, you were really open, and I feel like you came in like, listen, I'm going to tell about myself before anybody has a chance to really kind of try to open up and do anything to me. Was that kind of what you wanted to do? Because I know there's several different things. When I talk to you guys all the time, I talk to Robin, Candace, and different things like that, and they're saying like, you guys don't see everything that they film. So it was like a build-up. So when you divulged that you had different plastic surgery, was there a build-up that we did not see?
No, there was no build-up. And quite frankly, it's funny because I had never ran down my plastic surgery like that ever before. And I was like, okay. Because it was honest. I have had my boobs done 4 times. This is what I do. And so, and that was a moment that I was like, you know what, Mia? Okay, I'm proud of you for being that open. I I gave myself a pat on the back because that was hard.
Good.
That's hard for some people.
Good, 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 good. And I know when you discuss plastic surgery, you stated that first you were hurting inside when you first got the plastic surgery. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad you're bringing that up. And I don't want to give too much because I definitely feel like there's so many layers behind that. But I did realize, Mia, oh my gosh, like everywhere I go, people are complimenting me. They tell me that I'm gorgeous. So it's not like I don't feel like, and I feel like I feel comfortable, right? But inside, there has been so much trauma and so many things that have happened to me that may be too explicit for TV, honestly. But they have happened to me. And so because of that, I feel I'm trying to constantly fix myself to be perfect, to do this and to not look like this. And, you know, or maybe I'm trying to mess myself up purposely so people won't think this, you know, so there's a two-sided story to that. Yeah. And as of recently, I have realized that instead of always trying to add more, I'm actually starting to take away. Like I'm getting things removed because I'm feeling more comfortable because I'm not hiding in my body anymore. Like I have told my story and everywhere I go, people are like, thank you. And now I'm like, okay, I can start unleashing her. I can take the lips out. I can take my, you know, cheekbones out. I can go back down a boob side, you know, and so I'm starting to like undo things and then really working on what's most importantly, which is the inside.
Yeah, most definitely. I thought that was super, of course you've been open, but I thought that was super candid of you to say that first you were hurting. And so there's different layers to your story. I'm sure you stated that we haven't even got everything because they chose not to show everything that it, you know, happened throughout your life. But thank you for just being so candid and open, because I know that there are different people who don't address the hurting before they go into plastic surgery. So hopefully you'll definitely actually kind of speak a little bit more about that. Are you in therapy or are you doing any type of self-work?
Yes, I am. And that's another thing that I think I'm not sure. No, you guys don't know that. So as a child, once I was adopted, my adoptive parents, they hired a team of doctors. And I went for hours after school to do self-help activities. I had to talk about the things I didn't want to talk about. You know, they definitely helped mold me into who I am today, right? But that doesn't stop. And so there are certain things that happen in life, and there's certain traumas that happen today that I have to go backwards. I have to start recounting my steps and start like listening to all of those therapists and what they said I needed to do. I still practice today, you know? Wow. Like when I was walking through the house at the Chesapeake, I was counting my steps. Like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Calm down, Mia. You know, so, and it's helpful. I'm a huge advocate for therapy, and I think that more people, and here's the thing, I don't like the fact that people feel like you have to have therapy because something bad happened to you. Life is hard. You can have absolutely nothing happen to you ever. Life could be good. You could have like financial problems, non-existent, but you can still feel a certain type of way. Life is hard, and therapy is, you know, amazing. There's a reason why we have therapists. Use them.
Exactly. I'm so glad you said that. It could be absolutely nothing going on in your life at that moment, but you never know what you can unleash. You never know what you have taken in and held on to, even growing up. So that's definitely good. So thank you for that. Now, listen, I want to walk through. I know you stated a little bit about your journey, and when you decided to come on in, you said, you know what, I'm coming on in. And I'm just gonna go for it. We're gonna definitely open up. Do you know the process and how they got to choose you as a new cast member?
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
I don't. So you know, Karen and I were friends, and she and I had met actually almost around this time last year because we had on fur coats, honey, sitting outside because it was still COVID, so I wasn't going inside anywhere. And she was like, let's just go grab some lunch. And I said, okay. And she's like, I think she goes, I want you to join us. She goes, I think that you'll be phenomenal and a phenomenal addition to our group. I want you to meet my friends. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Really? So was the cameras already there when you guys had went out, or?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. We had a 2-hour long sit down lunch. We cried, we laughed, and we had a good time.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so going in this, you actually truly did know Karen, because some people don't know the people. They kind of set it up and they do it strategically, but you actually did have a conversation and you had a bonding moment with Karen off camera.
Yep.
That's awesome.
If y'all can't tell.
I know, right? Exactly. All right. So moving through it, you said, you know what? I'm just going to do it, open my life up and go through it.
Yeah.
Then you went through it. They taped. Then the episodes started to come out. And I know that you even said like, whoa, I didn't even remember some of that stuff. Talk me through that, because I know everybody has said your Twitter finger has been really hard, okay? You were really heavy on a wait a minute, hold on, let me say this, okay? Seeing it back and seeing everything that transpired and how the producers and the editors kind of put the storyline together.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
So it was hard watching myself on camera for the very first time. I was like, what would I really look like? Wait a minute, let me get it together. Let me go on here and stop trying to think I can get ready in 20 minutes. No. Okay. And so I was like, okay. And there was a lot of mixed emotions. Okay. The thing about that for me is that when we left off doing an electric slide at Karen's wedding, honey. Okay. We were having a good time. We were swinging. We were like, hey, everybody was having a good time. Did we not?
Yes. So, and that was my thing. And so the thing is, talk to me about that, because just looking back, I know you see the confessionals, I know you see different things, and the talk in the face sometimes is not the talk in the confessional.
Right. That was hard. Right? I don't know how naive of me to think that these girls weren't going to be talking about little old men. You know what I mean? Like, what? Okay, so that was hard. I was like, is that, oh, okay, noted. I was like, sign me up for my next confessional. I got things to say.
Right now. Okay. No, run the camera.
Let's roll back the camera. I got other things to say.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So just watching that back, you had a lot to say. So you said, you know what? I'm going to go on Twitter and kind of just release that.
Yes. And I probably shouldn't have. I will be very transparent with you all. There should come, like, for new housewives, we need a handbook, okay? And in the handbook, it needs to be the Twitter Vault, page 1, chapter 1, okay? Do's and don'ts.
Yes.
I needed that handbook. I signed up for a job and I didn't have orientation. I needed help.
And none of the girls gave you any type of...
No.
Okay. Gotcha. So you stated that, you know what, I need some help. And is this when you got the social media manager, or was that just a joke that you were saying?
No, so I do have I have a few people in social world, right?
Okay.
I can't do it all. I try to get to it all, let me tell you. I do. I legit open my phone at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, hey, y'all, love y'all. Because I do. I wish I could respond to every DM, every message, because I really do appreciate it. And I'm receiving like paragraphs of people just saying thank you. Yeah. And I wish I can like call them and be like, you know, I love you too. But obviously that means I will have to be on social all day. And then who gonna pay the bills, right? So
no. Okay, listen, okay? We're gonna get this money.
Yeah, I want everybody to know that I, you know, hands down, wish I can get to everything. I'm gonna try. We are working to build more of a team just because there are so many things. But I also have been managing our social platforms for the joint. And as y'all know, there is 16 of them. So we have to do like Google, Yelp, Bing, Instagram, Facebook. It's a lot going on around here, okay? So I did pull some resources from other businesses and said, can you guys just help me out for like a while? Now, I also have someone that's really, really close to me. She's absolutely adorable. And so we did let her have access. And, you know, she's from the DMV. DMV girls can get a little gutter.
Oh, I see. So some of that you're saying that she was just having your back. Whoever your friend is was just having your back and responding on your behalf. But you stand by what she said.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what is confusing for people. I agree with it all, or else I would have deleted it. I didn't. Right? Okay. But I think we ended up backtracking some of them. I can't really remember, but I do think that we did remove some because I was like, that's, you know, my kid is 13. He can read it. Let me be nice.
Right, exactly. Now, going into the reunion, this was your first reunion. I know you stated that you didn't have a handbook. Somebody stated that you should probably write one for the future newbies. For the future.
Hey, okay. You go ahead.
So going into the reunion, after everything that transpired in real time, just watching everything back and you responding and people responding back to you and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
What you was mad? Like, what was your attitude going into the reunion?
So, okay. Emotions all over the place. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I almost was like, Doc, I need something stronger. This ain't gonna cut it. Legit. Okay.
Definitely.
It was a lot. And here's the thing. This is what made it so like challenging for me. G had checked out. G was like, them cameras ain't coming back in our house. We done. I was like, what? And you know, and then I agreed with him. I was like, what the heck? Okay. And then we kind of like channeled back. We backtracked a bit and was like, okay, let's stop. Let's not move out of emotion. Right. Mm-hmm. Let's think about the whole picture. You know, I was stressed, he's stressed, the kids then became stressed, businesses became stressed, everybody became stressed. And I was like, okay, no, we can't lose our cool. And, you know, we also sat down and said, we're not quitters. I don't quit anything. Okay. Mm-hmm. Whatever I start, honey, best believe I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
I'm just not a quitter. And so we showed up.
Because
because
are you contractually obligated to do that reunion?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Well,
okay.
Sort of. Not really. No. No. And so we went into it, you know, emotions were, I wasn't angry. Like, I don't get angry. I was disappointed that we as women, like, how dare us, like, us, when I say us, self-included, tear each other down. Like, at what point can we be a good example to say, okay, we didn't get along, but we good now, right? Self-accountability, vulnerability, and apology, like, just move on, right? Yeah. Let's move on to the next topic.
Okay, gotcha. So did you have notes? I know several people had different cards, they had different props, they were ready to go with their evidence and all that kind of stuff. But just seeing you up there, you were just like, cheese, you were laughing. It was just like you decided to be unbothered permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was the prop. Me sitting on that sofa was all the prop y'all needed.
Right? Come on now, sit up here. Okay, but you definitely had multiple things to say to each one of the ladies, really. And so as a viewer ending the show, we were thinking, oh, okay, they ended on great terms. But then coming back, it seemed like a lot of people had some issues.
No comment.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Now, I definitely, people on Twitter were definitely questioning Wendy because we heard her say, shut up. Yeah. What happened? Was that just a audio thing? Did she actually tell you to specifically shut up?
Yeah, she did. And listen, she just upset. She was bothered the whole time, if y'all can't tell. I don't know why, but she was just upset at everybody. And quite frankly, I didn't understand why. And so I was just like, okay. And I let her have that one because it didn't even make sense to me. Like,
right. So as a viewer, it didn't
mama.
make sense to us either. So I was trying to figure out, did something happen? Because it was just like, shut up. And somebody just said, I see you, Mr. Successful 85, said that shut up pissed me off. And so many people were saying like, wait a minute, did Wendy just say shut up to Mia? Like, what was that?
Listen, Wendy sometimes she gives, you know, I'm the professor and we need to be her students and listen. And so I was like, I'm gonna let you have that one. It just didn't make any sense to me. And yes, a lot of people were really upset about it. Thank you all for your messages. And here's the thing, it just didn't make sense to me, so I didn't respond. Right? And she probably, that's gonna be the last time I'll tell you that though.
Okay. That you don't respond.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there was a lot of heat coming from Wendy. And so I think that she had a lot to get off of her chest. And so I think hopefully, did she throughout the entire time? Or like, can you tell us a little bit more? Did anything get resolved in regards to you and Wendy? Because I thought you guys left off on a really great note.
Like I said, we was doing the electric slide, honey, twirling around the dance floor and at Karen's wedding. And so you all gotta ask her. Like legit, women be having issues and I don't even understand. So maybe she's upset about our candle war. Okay, I won. I'm sorry. If you can't play, don't play the game. Okay.
Now I definitely wanted to get to that because I think, were you specifically coming for her? Let's be honest here. Or because I know you and Karen are good. So yeah, you were specifically coming for her.
Coming for who?
Wendy.
Of course I was.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so let me tell you why I came for her. It's back
Please.
to Twitter Vault. All right. So a little bit of social tea. She was probably upset because in the first episode, I said she was insecure. Started it, right? I'm woman enough. I own it. I started it. She was giving me insecure. I was being honest. That was that. Let me get another interview. I got things to say, right? Okay. So, so then she responded and she came after me like boom, 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 boom. I don't even remember what the child said. What I do know is I had a message and I sent it back in a form of a candle. And they sold
because you wanted peace. Because you wanted peace and you wanted to smell good as you're giving peace.
No, I wanted her to get a message. Okay. The best revenge is my paper, always will be.
And that's what you did. And so I know that several people on here are saying that the candle smells good. I've got it and everything like that. And you were able to get it out before her candle, which Andy actually stated yesterday. If you guys didn't watch the reunion part 2, definitely go check that out. It came out yesterday. But that's what he was saying, part 2. So you were able to kind of quickly get it out. And as somebody just mentioned, you lovely, it sold out.
Of course it did. Y'all were so ready for that petty candle. I launched it. It was I was like, okay, y'all better get ready. I'm calling my supplier overtime, baby. You better hire some people to package these candles. And so, you know,
that's hilarious.
That's what I do. You know, the entrepreneur life, I got that on lock. You know, and here's the other thing, y'all. And I think it's important for everybody to understand. It's not just me, right? I can't do it all by myself. I have a team. I have connections. I got people I can call and be like, okay, we need to do it like this. What you think? Or I can send things out this way. Delegate 80% of your business. That's how you do it.
Definitely. Now, I do want to be clear. Somebody did mention Wendy's candle did sell out as well. So we want to give her kudos as well because
she sold all too.
Doing things. Yes, exactly. So definitely.
No, she
We
did.
want to get into your business side because there was a lot of conversation in regards to, you know, you divulging how much you make, and then how G actually helped you kind of get the businesses. However, what was your thoughts on that when people were trying to kind of, I don't want to say attack that, but kind of bring that up and really highlight that?
So the issue that I have is, and I hope this is the issue that most of y'all have, I hope and pray. They wanted to attack me and question me and 20 question me about being an entertainer, stripper, whatever they want to classify it as. I was it, right? But the moment I talk about my achievements and what I'm proud of and how I'm here, we don't want to talk about that. Of course not. Like, which one is it? Do you want to talk about me making money, or you want to talk about me making money?
Okay. Okay. And when your husband, I know people were actually honing in on the fact that your husband helped you when it came to your different businesses. I feel like as he should. I mean, you guys are a team, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hands down, absolutely. G and I, we are a team. And yes, I lean on him for everything. Let me tell you, we have standing meetings where I'm like, come into my office. I got questions. What do you think about this? This is not a single, like I just told you, it's not just me. No. And my husband is a wealth of knowledge. G is the king of franchise. Okay. He's been doing this for almost 30 years. Of course I'm going to lean on him.
Okay. Okay. Completely. and I think as you should, as a great partnership should. So I didn't understand why people were coming for like, oh yeah, he set her up. But I think that it should be a partnership and we should set each other up. And I'm sure you helped in different ways. So
I think the issue is that they kept asking the wrong question. I kept answering their question. They think G was the investor, but he is not. We have several. We have a team of investors. So did G invest in my business? No, he didn't.
Interesting. Interesting. And you're saying that they were not asking the right questions?
No, they asked, did G gift you your businesses? The answer is no.
Yeah, exactly. And he was not an investor, you stated, but you guys did go into it together.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And on a day-to-day basis, are you at all of your businesses or are you touching bases? Because there was a lot of talk of like, how does she have time to do XYZ when she's running businesses?
So do I go into the office every day? No. I don't have to. So, but do I wish I could? Yes, absolutely. I have more fun when I go into the office. I love our team. I love our staff. I get absolutely nothing done when I go to the office. Absolutely nothing, because we're talking. We're doing too much chatter. And I actually have some team members that don't like it when I come to the office. They're like, Mia, you're distracting us. Take your butt on. They're like, please, I got goals, man. And I'm like, excuse me? Okay, I'm out.
Exactly. Exactly. That's very interesting. Now, listen, I wanted to talk about the different women. I know we went through Wendy, and I know I thought everybody was cool on the last episode, but who do you actually still talk to? I know Karen, we talked about that.
Yeah, I talk to Karen all the time. Giselle, Robin, Ashley and I talk a lot on social. We haven't like hung out outside, but we definitely do connect. Love her, adore her. Her dancing cracks me up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I did message Wendy when her daughter was in the ICU. I think children should be off limits. And so despite our beef, you know, when it comes to the kids, I did reach out to her because that's my heart. Our children need us to support them. But other than that, that's it.
Okay. Many people are asking about Escala because I didn't know you guys had anything going on, but I remember when she left last night, spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen, but when she left last night, you were like, oh, just 2 minutes, huh? You just brought her out for 2 seconds.
Two
sentences. A little light shade. 2
sentences. First of all, I thought we were wrapped, y'all. I did not mean to say that while we were. That's the stuff I really want to say. I legit thought we were done.
Right, exactly. And this is the thing that probably should be in the handbook, because nothing is off. Okay. When I tell you, even
Clearly.
they say and seen, nothing is off.
Yeah,
Nothing is off completely.
clearly. But I
So,
meant it. I meant it. I still mean it. Like, y'all brought her all the way here for those 2 sentences. And these FedEx sprinkled up receipts. Girl, child boo.
okay. So what exactly happened with you and the scholar? Because several people want to know.
A scholar, listen, she reminds me of like my little sister. She just has, her viewpoint is a little different. And anytime someone tells me not to talk about my success, that puts them on the opposite side of the fence. Okay. And she gonna stay over there until she can figure out how to climb back over.
There it is. Now, truly, honestly, looking back as you're watching the episodes, do you feel like how it was edited? I'm not sure, because I know maybe certain sentences were said before that, but do you feel like you definitely did hone in on the, listen, I've got businesses, this is how much I make? Do you think you did that too much?
Do I get that from other women or from
No,
just
do you personally, do you think you brought up your businesses, being a businesswoman, and the finances that you make? Do you think that you brought that up too much?
So, to answer your question, in the real world, no, I don't. These are conversations that I have with my friend groups. And it's just surprisingly enough that, and I don't know why, but they want to use that to like weaponize me to being like, oh, I think, I'm better. No, actually, I know what I know. I want to know what y'all know. Let's talk business. Because that's my life.
Interesting. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So you were bringing it up in the sense of like, hey, listen, we're all business women. Let's talk about it.
Well, no, not always.
Okay.
So let's go back to, this is where, so it's coming back to me. Okay. So back at Candace's house, the pajama party. The reason why I asked the scholar how many businesses she owned was not to shade her on not owning one, or she does though. She says she does. It was more so like I needed to have a direct understanding on what you do in your day-to-day before you judge me and let me know if I got time or not to have drinks with somebody who put stipulations on a text. That's where I was going with that, but no one wants to hear me out. But that's legit the only reason why I was asking. I needed to understand, what does her day in the life look like before she can comment and have an opinion on something. If you don't do what I do, honey, you got no opinion on as to whether or not I was a rude text. Because to me, I didn't feel like it was rude at all. I just didn't have time that week.
You just didn't have, okay. Okay. And then when you guys were out on the husbands and wives trip, and then you stated like, I don't have time for you broke people, like, let me go. What was that? What was that?
Girl, that was Maya coming out. I got an alter ego, y'all. Okay. Sometimes Maya's coming out. And Maya don't play no games on for y'all, okay? Legit, I was like, Gordon, go warm the car up. We out. Deuces.
Okay. Okay, so you were ready to leave. So that was your exit statement?
Yeah, I was out. Like,
okay.
Legit, I was out. And had it not been for the ladies to sit down and say, no, Mia, don't you leave. I remember Wendy looking me in my eye and said, don't you leave. And I will forever thank her for that. If we ever become friends again, I do owe her a thank you for that. But I was like, I ain't got time for this. Like, what? Can y'all go get your friend? Okay, it's either her or me. She got to go.
Right.
I ain't got time
Somebody
for
has
her.
to go.
Somebody got to go.
Exactly. And now, was Maya coming out when you did the salad toss, when you definitely tossed the salad? Because I saw people saying like, oh, do not play with Mia because she comes from foster care. And when you come from foster care, it's a whole different mindset, I heard.
It is. It's survival of the fittest out here, okay?
Wow.
It's legit. Every morning you wake up and it's about surviving. Are you going to eat today? Okay? I ain't got time for anybody over here talking about my big feet, okay? Can we talk about something else?
Yeah.
I can't change my feet. My feet big, y'all. Hands, feet. I'm a big girl. It's all big. Can't
Listen.
change it.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Now, I do want to talk about Candace and you relationship. Do you guys ever get to resolve?
No.
It's a no.
There's no resolving anything.
Okay.
Y'all gotta talk to her about that one too.
Okay, because I know she brought up your mother, and I do want to get to that conversation because many people are asking about that, and just following up on your mother and just you guys' relationship and all that kind of stuff. But she stated that she did not know at the time how deep everything was with your mother, and then she brought it up again though, even after she found out. Is this, I don't know what her reasoning is, and we would love to hear that. But what was that? What was that?
I'm not even sure if I can make reason of that.
Okay.
Right? Especially since then I went back and I watched, what was it, season 4, y'all.
Okay.
Candace had a moment about talking about your mama. What makes you think you can talk about my mama, despite the fact that my mom had a drug addiction and she's recovering, and she's doing the best that she knows how, and she's doing a great job, y'all. She is perfectly fine. She's watching the show, and it's actually healing for her, right? So she's doing good. But how you the main one don't want anybody to talk about your mom? Apparently, she and Monique got into a little confrontation. She didn't want nobody to talk about her mom. Her and Ashley, right? Mm-hmm. Her mom didn't have a drug addiction. Mamas don't need to have anything wrong with them or the backstory with the trauma in order for us to leave mamas off limits. Like, come on now, we can do better. There's so many other things that we can be talking about.
Exactly. So I'm not sure what her reasoning was to bring it back up even after she knew. But it was definitely disappointing to hear that. And so does she apologize?
No.
Okay.
And if she did, I missed it.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Now, I know you brought up yesterday that, your mother wanted to tell her story and really kind of get it out there. I didn't feel like I got the full story on the reunion. Can you divulge a little bit more when it came to your mother and her story and everything like that?
Mom was so excited when I told her. I kept it a secret from her because until I signed the contract, and I was like, okay, until I signed the quota release for you guys to come into our home. So she was so excited. She was like, oh my gosh, Nia. She was like, this is a testament to what working hard for your sobriety and being present can do for people. You never know the opportunities God's going to come knocking on your door. She wanted to share that side of her. And she told me there were things that she needed to share with me. When y'all were listening to her, it was the first time she shared her story with me. Like, I knew my father had did certain things, and I knew I was in foster care, but I never knew the severity of what she went through. And I was like, Ma, like when we wrapped, I looked at her and I was like, I mean, you could have warned me. I really didn't know what to think. Yeah. But I felt like she wanted to share that. And I felt like that was healing for her. She needed to get that off of her chest. She needed to find a way to tell me that that's what she was going through. And because of that conversation, I have like a better understanding. I'm like, Ma, like you definitely have gone through way more than your actions have ever put me through. Right? Wow. And so my respect for her is there. Now, we don't always get along, right? We're mother-daughter. I'm very type A, so I'm working on that. But the point of the matter is that Mom wanted to share her story, and I'm proud of her for doing it.
Good. I'm glad you cleared that up, because a lot of people said your mom looked like uncomfortable, or she was just like, please don't take me there. But that wasn't the case, you're saying?
No. I mean, no one's going to do anything they don't want to do. If Mom didn't want to share a story, she wouldn't have said it. Like, no one forced her to speak. No one forced her to agree to be on camera. She felt like this was a huge accomplishment for her.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
powerful.
Great. And you stated that. I know you said you guys don't always get along because we did see, confrontation or some not alignment with you, your mom, and G. But you guys worked past that, and now I know you stated that you guys are in a really good place.
Yeah, mom and I are in a good place right now. Yes, we are. And she is coming to the house and she helps us with the children. And I just saw her yesterday. We went to like a Little League football game together. And she's doing good. We're great. I'm hosting Thanksgiving in our new home. And so my entire family is coming to us. And so you have no idea how much joy that's going to bring me. And so we're good. Like life is good, and I think it's good because we talked about the things that made us uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
It gave us an opportunity to just get that out. And I actually know a lot more now. We've actually had more conversations, so maybe you guys will hear those soon.
Okay.
We work those details out with Dad, my father, and so it's all good.
Good. That's so good to hear. And are you cooking too? I know it's at your house. You cooking?
Girl, no.
You
I can order something right quick. I can't cook more. No, but I do have a kitchen and I got some pots and pans, and everybody said they gonna cook something. I ain't cooking nothing.
I know that's right. Okay, well, good stuff. I do want to ask you about the colorism comments that was discussed yesterday. I didn't hear too many comments about coming from you in regard to like colorism and different things like that. What are your thoughts? And I know Ashley stated that she didn't think that the colorism was in the group.
So I agree with Ashley. While I do think colorism exists in the world, hands down it does. Do I feel like it exists in our group? No, I haven't seen any signs of it. But that's just how I feel. And so I'm with Ashley on that.
Yeah, but you are aware of like the signs of colorism and
Yes.
the differences and everything like that, right?
Absolutely, hands down. I am fully aware.
Okay.
I just don't think that it exists in our group. And, if it does, I would love to open that floor for conversation, and so to have a difference of opinion, but I just don't think that it exists. Not in our friend group.
Okay. And now when you stated that you wanted to actually go to a different franchise, not in Potomac, but something else, you stated that you like signed up for something else. You were thinking it's more like Beverly Hills. Let's get into that type of thing. That wasn't a color issue. It was more of a what issue?
No, it definitely wasn't a color issue. Because when I said Beverly Hills, I thought Garcelle. I'm gonna go hang out with Garcelle, okay? And she is beautiful and she is classic and she sits there and she will read you without getting, like, she is so unbothered. I can hang out with her, right? And she cuts.
She does cut.
Okay? And so when I said that, that's the only person I was thinking of, honestly. I forgot about the other girls. But my thing is, the way that they cut, but they argue so classy. They're like, oh, and it's just very Beverly Hills. It's very upscale, elite, lavish. It's fun. They know how to have a good time. And they also know how to make a good show for sure. Like they definitely are shady.
They are.
But they do it in a way. They remind me of Karen. Karen can roll with them too.
She can. She definitely can. That's definitely true. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't a color issue when it came to you moving to a different franchise. It was more of the way they do things. Because they make a scene. They are at restaurants yelling. They are doing all these type of things as well. So I was just trying to get to the heart of the matter when it came to what did you mean?
I haven't heard any of them say your mama. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Have you?
I haven't heard of your mama. I haven't heard of your mama, but what I will ask you about is you tell Candace to watch your back. I need you to speak on that.
Honey, listen. I was trying real hard to keep my butt on that sofa. Okay.
Okay, I
I was
completely
trying real
understand.
hard. You, she is, oh God, I hate that I say that, but I don't disagree with it. It's
Okay.
enough. I am tired. I just got here and I'm tired. And, you know, it just comes to a point where enough is enough. Enough is enough. And
Okay.
I ain't going to be the one to do it. I meant that.
Oh, I see. Okay. So when you said I'm not gonna be the one to do it, but watch your back. Okay. Because you said you don't condone fighting.
I
And
don't.
so I know you stated when you were looking back and even throwing the tossed salad and all that kind of stuff, you stated that you kind of just blacked out. You don't even
I
remember
did.
it.
I did.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and I know I can see that that's a fine line right there, right?
Yes.
But we're human. We are human, okay? And if someone is constantly like following you around and the rat-tat-tat, whatever, yeah, I met her. And quite
You
frankly,
definitely, yeah. You definitely were
that
introduced.
one.
You were introduced.
God,
Uh-huh.
see, Wendy should have told me about rat-tat-tat before I met rat-tat-tat. She said that in the confessional. She didn't tell me to my face. Told now.
She did. And do you regret going to Candace's mother and really just asking her different things that, you know, you weren't really familiar with Candace at that point? So do you think you crossed the line?
So I have a difference of opinion when it comes to this. When I met Miss Dorothy, it was like hanging out with G's ex-wives. It's the exact same conversations we be having. I am used to having conversations with women that are, you know, older, and they have no filter, which I appreciate. And we were having a good time. I even think Miss Dorothy said I wasn't trying to be, well, maybe a little bit, but
Come on.
I wasn't really trying to hurt her. Like legit, I wasn't trying to hurt her. Did I have questions? Yes. Was I being shady? Yes.
Okay.
Will I take it back? No.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, Miss Dorothy was volunteering the information, so I was just asking questions. Now, if Miss Dorothy would have said, "This is my daughter, I just met you," I would apologize. She didn't.
I see. So you were just pushing it as far as Miss Dorothy was allowing you to.
We were all asking Miss Dorothy questions. Why is Candace only upset at me?
Well, I did see Wendy walk away. Karen was like, uh-oh, not here, not here. I did see people walk away. I think a scholar walked away as well.
She did.
Okay. I just wanted to clear it up. Do you feel regret? You stated no, but if Miss Dorothy would have said, hold on, this is my daughter, I just met you, you would have stopped the conversation and said, I'm sorry.
Absolutely. The person you're having a conversation with, if they're feeling uncomfortable, if they're feeling disrespected, or if they feel like you're disrespecting somebody close to them, I hands down in that moment would have said, I apologize, you're right. I did just meet you.
Okay.
But she was like, I don't know.
She was into it, so you were into it as well. Now, I do have some questions because I know next week, part 3, the husbands start to join you guys. And there has been a lot of conversation when it comes to your husband, G, and his mannerisms and his, I don't even know if he's so comfortable, but it seems like this was something that you're used to. The behavior that he was doing was shocking to everyone else. But for you, this is G.
Yes, I was shocked that he showed that side to y'all. I see it all the time.
I see.
She is the life of the party, right? Like legit, I can't change it. He's been that way since I met him. Quite frankly, that's why I was so attracted to him, because yeah, he's older, but quite frankly, I didn't know who's older sometimes. Like sometimes I feel like I'm the more mature one, okay? And it works. It works for us. G likes to have fun all the time. Like legit, we could be in the house doing absolutely nothing, taking shots, and he's like turning all the way up. Like that's what we do. Like exactly who y'all saw at the Chesapeake is our life all the time. And people love it. They do.
Okay, so tongue out is him.
That's me.
Okay. And you guys are very candid with each other as well.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is why I'm wife number 4 and it works. Because I allow G to be G. Okay? Let that man live his life.
Okay.
Wife 1, 2,
And
and
you
3
love
couldn't
him
handle
for
it.
And you love him for it. So
I love him for it. I do. I think more people should be a little bit more who they are. I think the world will be a better place.
I see. Okay, and it seems like you were making fun of even yourself when it comes to like, okay, daddy, let's go here then. Let's go there. When, you know, the women were saying, or Candace was saying that he was like your sugar daddy or what so have you. So you were playing into it as well and making fun of yourself. And so it definitely was like, okay, clearly this is their relationship. This is how they get down.
Mm-hmm. That's how we get down.
Is there anything you want to clear up? I know you saw a lot of different comments coming through. Is there anything you want to clear up?
Girl, I'm not reading these comments.
Okay, you've done with them now,
I'm gonna have to go back and look. I have decided people are entitled to their opinion. I can't make everybody happy, and I actually appreciate people being honest. So, but yeah, I can't.
Okay.
I was paying attention to you, girl.
I know. And last but not least, I definitely want to discuss Nicki Minaj because she hasn't came through. But for your first season, this was explosive, okay? Everybody said you definitely came in very spicy. You came in with everything. You were ready for everybody and everything, okay? But then at the reunion, Nicki Minaj was a fan.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little tidbit?
She is everything, like, and some chips, okay? Everything in a bag of chips, honey. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Nicki was exactly what we needed. I'm so excited that she was able to come, and it's my first season, and I'm like, okay, that's what we doing. I can sit on sofas with Nicki any day. Well, next to her.
Next to her.
But she read us all. She did. She came in so honest. And, you know, like I just said, I love honest people. And, like, she was so transparent. She asked the questions that Andy couldn't ask. And it was everything. I can't wait for you all to see it. Shoot, I can't wait to see it because I'm going to wait and watch it with y'all.
Okay. Did she come for you a little bit?
I think so, yeah. She did, probably. Probably so. But quite frankly, I was just staring at her. She's so pretty. I don't even know if I answered the questions right.
You're like, I don't care what's going on, but I'm just
flawless. Okay.
Wow. Up close and personal. And I know you stated that about other women that were on the show too, because, you know, we see each other from afar and different things like that. But then up close, you stated that other women were flawless as well.
Yes. Oh my God. I was like, wait, okay. So this ain't editing. Y'all edited in real life. Okay, that's what we doing. Let me get myself together.
Exactly. Now, I do want to ask you, because someone just brought up Monique Samuels. Do you wish that you had a chance to be on a season with her?
I do. I like her. I think she's a housewife.
The true definition.
Contrary to whatever people may think, my personal opinion based on what I know and what I've seen, you know, I think she has a beautiful family. She's gorgeous. Her husband is very supportive of her, which I resonate with very, very, you know, I'm glad that she has that, because that's what every woman deserves. Like, that's what we all deserve, right? Someone that's going to support us and ride with us till it's over, right? And I think that we would have some fun. I do.
I think so too. I think you should just reach out, see what she's up to. Everybody's saying that you guys would be really good friends. So that's very interesting. Now listen, the big question is, you staying? What is going on?
I know you're gonna ask that question. We almost made it to the end.
That is the biggest question. Are you staying? You said some things. And so what is going on?
Okay, so I'm not going to answer that question. So G and I, you know, we have a lot to think about. You know, we have our marriage to think about, our kids to think about, our businesses to think about. And there's some things that have transpired on my first season that I am afraid will make Mia, or I should say Maya, come out. And we don't want Maya to come out, okay?
Okay.
Maya can ruin Mia's life, and we don't need Maya to stay inside. So, and I'm not saying no. You know, being on this platform is, you know, definitely a privilege, y'all. Like, I mean, this is like a huge accomplishment, and it's such a phenomenal opportunity, and it has been a great experience. I have grown so much. So I don't have bad things to say. It's just, if I don't come back, it's just solely a personal decision, and it will be because of my family.
Okay. And I respect that. I definitely, and many people want you to come back, but if it's because of your family and you personally, I can understand that. We definitely wish you much success in all your businesses and hopefully returning next season. Thank you so very much for joining us. Best of luck in everything, and many blessings to you, okay?
You as well. Thank you for having me.
All right, sounds good. Part 3 of the reunion happens next week. Do not miss it. And don't forget to tune in to the Jasmine Brand for all your entertainment needs and so much more. I'm your host, Ellie Andrews. That was Mia Thornton, and we are out, okay? You guys have a great Monday.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.